Hey, Jolene from Chill Lifestyle. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you've all had a fantastic New Year and Christmas, and I hope the holidays have been good and has been full of joy. If not, then I just pray that 2020 is a better year for you all way round. Okay, so on Monday's reading or Tuesday's reading, I can't quite remember which one I did, but the beginning of the week, I did a general forecast for 2020, as in what are the energies. It was just a bit of a general energies as to what you can expect. And I'm doing the same today, but this is what you can expect in your love life. Okay, so if you are coupled and you're just wanting to know about your relationship, then this might be for you. If you not married, then this might tell you whether your relationship is going to end up being more of a commitment. You might not have even met someone and don't even think that, if you haven't met someone, that you can't possibly get married this year, because I've heard of very many people that have met and are married within 6 months. So yeah, anything, it's a new year and anything can literally happen by now. If you are already married, and this might not be the path for you, but you may watch it, and double check on maybe on your relationship or not. I do have a lot of relationship readings, and I'd like to remind you that you can go and look in them in the past readings. I think if you go to my videos and even my playlists, I generally put all the love readings together, so you can definitely compile a bit of a list for yourself. Okay, so today we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Each of these are a guidance card, and I'm going to go through the guidance cards first before we get stuck into the readings. But I would like you to choose your piles first. Okay, when I go into the guidance card, try not to decide to change your choice. I know it's easy to do that, because then you're not really going to get the best reading for you. Okay, so again, let's just sit in and think about this before we get into the piles, and we will start. All right, so pile number 1, your guidance card is going to be relationships. Pile number 2, your guidance card is going to be a new partner. And pile number 3, your guidance card is going to be wedding. Okay, again, I know it's probably quite possible that you think to yourself, oh, no, dear, I wanted to choose another pile. Try not to, because whatever's coming for you needs to be the message that you need to see. So I will start off with the first pile, and I will go into your actual tarot cards for each pile and explain why you have chosen the pile that you have chosen. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, and again, welcome back to all my subscribers. And if there's any new subscribers, I just want to welcome you to my channel, and I hope you are enjoying my readings. Please don't forget to like, comment, and down below, so I know what you are wanting or any information you might be needing. You can also find me on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook with Chill Lifestyle. All the information will be in the description down below. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so welcome to those of you who have chosen our first pile. Okay, so your guidance card was the relationship card, and it was again all about your primary relationship this year needs to be with both yourself and with God. Okay, and that this is a year for you to attract, heal, and balance a relationship, and then then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your relationship bloom and prosper. Okay. Your cards that we've pulled for today, you have the 9 of Swords, you have the 10 of Wands, and you have the 3 of Swords reversed. You then have Release, 2 of Earth, 4 of Earth, and then we have the Full Moon card. So those of you who have chosen this pile, 2020 needs to be a year that you release and close off a lot of the past. As the guidance card reminded you, it's a year that you your relationship needs to be more with yourself this year as opposed to with anyone else. Okay, you've someone who has clearly suffered quite a lot in their love life over the years, and this is obviously not really the time, well, at least not right now. They're not saying that, no one coming this year. They're actually saying to you, maybe, you've got a bit of a take a vacation card. You can have a look here. So it says they take a vacation, and I think it's take a vacation maybe from love or from relationships for the meanwhile. Because I feel like you're suffering with a bit of anxiety or depression because of your failed relationships. I think that you are trying to search within and you're trying to figure out what's gone on. You've had a bit of sleepless nights. There's just a bit of worrying. There might have been a little bit of depression because, other people seem to be happy and you're not. And you're not really quite sure what's gone on. I feel like there's been a lot of communication problems in the past. Either your partner or you have had a problem with communicating your real true feelings or expressing yourselves to others because of, again, someone else who has hurt you, and it's just become a bit of a pattern that's creating here. Okay, and in order for you to bring in a new partner, that's something you need to work on. Okay, you've got to work on all the disappointments that you've gone through. You need to work on the fact that your relationships haven't grown. Okay, they just have lacked maturity. They've gone absolutely nowhere, and you need to sit down and ask yourself why. So I'm not saying that you are now having to blame yourself. That's not at all what I'm trying to get at. I'm just saying that it's time to just end a bad phase. So it might have been, for example, a decade of just one bad relationship after the next. And the angels are saying, time out. Sit and meditate. Okay, so your meditation may provide answers. Well, that's exactly what I think you need to do. You need to spend more time with yourself. The Two of Earth does talk about, if you look here, the Two of Earth says there, okay, too much going on at once, the need to make a decision and consider a more playful approach. This might be a time where you may have to spend a little bit more time balancing your time or your energies as well. But you need to release. You need to release the exes. You need to release the past and do a lot more healing before you can bring in a new. The full moon card is also, it says there, completion. So you've completely ended, an era has come to a close for you, and it's time for new beginnings. But before you can move on to bringing anyone into your relationship, just sit and do a little bit of meditation. Try and figure out what all went wrong. Again, not blaming yourself, but just, it takes two to make a relationship worse. And sometimes you've just worked too hard. You've been the one who maybe has continuously put in the effort, and you have accepted less than what you've deserved in every relationship. And the angels are now saying, you know what, you need to now release all of that. You need to forgive yourself and start to heal. And building a relationship with yourself is just going to be so important, because you can't bring in someone else if you don't love yourself first. Okay. If you are in a relationship or currently, dating or married, then I think that you've also, the relationship's becoming a bit of a burden. You're probably trying to make a bit of a decision right now as to whether you should stay, whether you should go. Okay, it does say you had time to move on, but that becomes up to you. There might have been communication problems with you and your current partner, and you just might have one of you just not expressing yourselves properly. So maybe with if you are coupled, then it's time to take a vacation. Maybe it's time to spend some time together. And then, you need to meditate on a decision, because there's two cards here. Two cards are talking about a decision that needs to be made. So before you make a decision on whether you need to move on from your, current relationship or partner in any way, you just need to maybe there's just too much going on at once, and you need to take a bit of a time out before you make that decision. Okay. The full moon also might be reminding you that you're not seeing everything that you're supposed to see. There's not, you're lacking clarity at the moment. So yeah, I think this is just a year to maybe build a little bit more of a relationship with yourself, get to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, and then you can decide to say to your partner, look, this is what I need from you, and this is what I want, and you either give to me or I'm going to move on. Or you might have to do a little bit of work on yourself. But either which way, it's definitely, it's a year of healing for you. All right, so that's what I have today for our first pile, and I will speak to you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below if it resonates with you. All right, welcome to those of you who have chosen our second pile. So for pile number 2, okay, so I just wanted to go a little bit again back to our guidance card. So your guidance card says a new partner, as you saw, but it says here, a chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. Pay careful attention to new people we send to you into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. Okay. So yes, those of you who have chosen the second pile, you are in for meeting someone new this year. Okay. Your tarot cards are, well, you've got the Ace of Swords, you have got the Six of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, you have got the Dreamer, Seven of Fire, Balance, and then you've got Spring card that says they're awakening. All right, so those of you who have gone with this pile, I think your past relationships is relationships that have blown a little bit of hot or cold. I think your relationships have been ones that have basically started very quickly, and then died, pretty quickly too. Like 1 minute they love you, and then the next minute it was over. It can, or the Ace of Swords can also represent an ex that wants to come back. Okay. Then you have a new lover coming in, and this new lover is possibly a soulmate that's coming, that's in. You got someone in they're very strong, confident. They'll be ready to lift you up and help you reach new potentials. Okay, you're looking at someone who is ready for this relationship. They're someone who's worked hard to heal the past relationships that they've dealt with, and now they are totally ready to bring in a new love. Okay, this is on its way, so don't miss an opportunity. I mean, remember here it says you will recognize them by your familiarity, comfort, and safety. Okay, so pay careful attention to the new people we are sending you. So again, don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss someone who sounds just like this. Okay. You may need to work on your needs to control the situation as well. Okay. You need to stay a little bit more balanced. Again, you might have an ex that was fairly controlling, and there might have possibly been a little bit of abuse in a past relationship. If you have an ex that's trying to come back, then they're just warning you to just be very careful, because someone who has done you wrong in the past, you need to find out again whether they're worth coming back in, because if anyone can be charming and make a lot of promises, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they've changed. Okay, so just a bit of a warning here, just to be very careful about that. Okay, so your dreamer, so this is, basically take a leap of faith. So yes, when this unexpected possibility. So I think that while you're, during this year, you might be working on your dreams, or, there's a dream that you want to come true. And while you're working on this is when you're going to meet this new person, okay? Because they're going to be unexpected, and they're just going to appear. You're going to you might need to defend your decisions, because people might not approve of your relationship for some reason, or there might be a need to defend your your relationship, because there might be someone, like maybe, like you say, an ex or their ex could come back and try and come between you. Okay, so just be careful there. But yeah, no, you know, you've got the balance card, which is saying to you, you know, that there's a little bit about balance that's always needed. Remember, you know, the need to compromise, and you want a relationship that's, you know, fairly moderate harmony. You know, you don't want something that you're going to rush too quickly. You know, that's been your past mistakes. Try and take this relationship a little bit slower. And it also says just wait for perfect timing. So if you're trying to rush the manifestations, the angels are saying to you, know, just wait for the perfect timing. You know, you don't want to dive into with the wrong person again. Just allow it to take its natural course. The spring card has got here awakening, projects, renewals. So again, like I said, while you're working on your projects or working on your dreams, this is when you might meet them. You might possibly meet them in the month of spring, and they're going to awaken a new fire in you. Okay, bring in more joy, more love into your life, and a lot more happiness. So yes, that's a lovely message for my pile number 2s. I hope you like and resonate with that, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy your 2020. Okay, for those of you who have chosen our 3rd pile, then okay, so back to your guidance card, and remember it is wedding. So it says here again, marriage is the union of 2 souls joined in love, mutual respect and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power, continually breathing life into faith and love, dearest one. Okay, so it's a lovely little card, and straight away we can see that somewhere along the line there's some kind of wedding or union or engagement that you will have this year, or a major commitment. So, you know, it doesn't have to be a physical wedding. It could just be, you know, you've met someone and you're not really too sure how the relationship's going, and this is a sign that yes, it's mutual love, mutual respect, and there'll definitely be a commitment for you. Okay. So for those of you who have gone through this pile, let me just go through your cards quickly. You have got the Queen of Wands reversed. You have got the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Hermit, the Moon, Five of Water, and Water. So you've probably had quite a bad past, or a really bad ex in your life that has made you feel like you weren't really good enough. Either they're someone who either cheated on you, or somewhere along the line they've made your self-esteem just be really low. So, you know, they either weren't really committed to you and they were always looking elsewhere, or they were constantly flirting with others or checking out other people. Be it on social media or messaging other people, whatever it is, it left you with a very low self-esteem. Okay, you didn't think that you were worth it, and you know, it left you feeling quite low. However, I think that you've learned from that past. You've learned to love yourself. You're starting to exude a bit of confidence, and you're starting to feel really good about who you are. Okay. And because of all that, you have now, or will, if you haven't already, manifest someone new. And this is someone who will, you know, someone who is ambitious, and they're going to protect you, and they are very focused. So this new person is, they're very focused. They are someone who you will definitely find that they'll be able to commit to you. You definitely have a commitment, and they are extremely loyal. Okay. Your relationship is definitely going to be one that's worth celebrating. Your friends, or you guys will be friends and lovers. So it's going to be a relationship where there's a lot of harmony, and this definitely will be a relationship that you can celebrate, you know, with your friends and family around you. Okay. You know, I see a lot of little perfect moments together. It's going to be one of those really great loves, one that could definitely grow into a possible marriage, even if it is new, even if it's just a new beginning. You might be concerned as to whether it will work out, and the cards are saying yes, it definitely will. This is definitely a promising relationship that again, could definitely lead to marriage. I think it's a card. It's a relationship that will help you discover yourself more. I think that you will have a lot of maybe time alone with your partner. It's time for you to get to know each other and maybe just have, just spend a little bit more time alone. I think there could be a bit of a spiritual bond between the two of you. And it could bring a lot of insights to your life. I think that, there's a lot of scenes, a lot of lessons behind the scenes with the relationship. It might be someone who they might hold back, or you might have fears about them because, they might hold back because of their own hurt and pain from the past. But give them time, it will definitely move forward. I feel here that, in your past, things have not turned out the way you had hoped. Okay, so you definitely are still dealing with a little bit of pain from this past relationship, and you just asked to be very careful that you don't bring these fears into this current relationship, okay? Because again, it definitely is a relationship that you've worked hard or waited a long time for, and it's going to give you everything you've ever wanted. You might find that when he proposes, it could also be a she. Remember, this is also a leap year. So, hey, if you're a bloke, this does not mean that a woman might not propose to you this year. I feel that with the water card, maybe this is exactly it. It's got your emotions. So this is obviously, rejuvenation, a time for, your definitely, if they haven't initiated, they're saying to you, this is time to maybe initiate like going to ask them out or whatever. But this, I think a lot of positive emotions here, and there's a lot of rejuvenation in this relationship, okay? It might also be water, meaning that when they do propose, it could be near water, and it could be a full moon during the time that you are proposed to. So I think that it will definitely be a good year for you and a very happy relationship. Thank you to those of you who have chosen the third pile, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.